Hi, this is Sara Ali Khan. You're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe. Hit the bell icon.
She is being referred to as Bollywood's new volcano. Yes, we are talking about Sara Ali Khan. Pleasure having you on Bollywood Hungama.
Hello, sir. Thank you very much. Pleasure is all mine.
So, how do you feel the sort of reactions that you've been getting for your episode of Coffee with Karan?
People
Because that's the first time that people have really
have
seen you.
me.
Yeah.
So people have been really nice. They're saying that, they found me funny.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that. And a lot of people actually reached out to mom and said that, a very sweet girl and very genuine episode. And also people have been really nice about the episode. So I'm quite happy that they liked that because I had a blast on it.
Right. So people compare you, I think, all the time with your mom in terms of your looks, especially.
Yes.
So how do you react to that?
So I think it's a huge compliment. I think mom is beautiful. And if I look even 5% like she does, then I think that's a humongous compliment to me. And if I can act even 1% like she does, then I think I'm safe. But now we'll find out on the 7th of December. So उससे पहले ज़्यादा नहीं बोलूँगी.
In fact, you've also mentioned that about her sense of humor and the fact that she clicks all those videos. She used to click those videos back then. So you've referred to her as wild as well. I think many people would not have known a lot of those qualities about her. So tell us something more about your mom, because we saw
When
you
I
with
said
with
wild,
dad.
a lot of people thought that like I meant it in a wrong way. But I think my mother is just the most fun-loving.
Wacky.
Not even wacky. She's so funny and she's so fun-loving and she's so full of life. Like the child in her, it will never die. Till date, she'll come into my room and she'll just like laugh on funny jokes and she'll just be like, it's like she brings so much positivity and just happiness to my life. It's not even funny. She is just the most positive person that I know. She's like hilarious, which most people know about her. But what people don't really know about her very much is that she is a extremely sensitive person as well. So along with that humor is a very, very sensitive and a very, very strong person. And sensitivity and strength don't go together very often.
Absolutely.
But somebody like my mother is somebody who is just very, considerate about people's feelings and emotions, which makes her sensitive. But with the same token, she's spontaneous and she's fun-loving and she's just amazing.
What also came across in that episode was that you have this, I think, wonderfully balanced relationship with both your parents.
Yes.
How important was that for you to have that understanding with both of them?
You only have one mother and you only have one father. And I think they're both just of utmost importance to me. And it was very important for me, and it is very important for me to have a balanced equation with both of them. It's harder now with my father because I don't live with him, I live with my mother. And especially lately, both my father and myself have found ourselves quite busy. We suddenly have a lot going on, so I don't see him as much as I would like to. But he's my father, and he's never ever let me feel that there'll be a moment where I'll need him and he won't be there. He's always just a phone call away. And there is a lovely balanced and harmonious equation with mom and dad, and it's all good.
Which is amazing. Coming to Kedarnath, it's finally releasing. So what was your state of mind like when you just heard about all those producers changing and the release dates shifting from here and there?
So it was overwhelming. Kedarnath has had its fair share of ups and downs, I think. But I think that honestly, all's well that ends well. And I think that the determination and honesty and sincerity with which me, Gatusa and Sushant have done our work, just I hope that comes through. And, that's all that there really is to it. But yeah, of course, if you're asking me if every moment was comfortable, no. There were days where I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know the fate of my film and hence the fate of my career. And of course, there were restless nights and restless days, and it was hard.
Yeah, so the promos look visually stunning. I think the songs are lovely. I think the entire ambience, the way it has been presented in Kedarnath, the hills, they're looking amazing. They're, I think, a character in itself. So when you look at the promos now, do you feel satisfied that what you guys set out to make is there finally out there?
Yes, I do. I think that what we've set out to make, I really think that we've done. And now I think it's for you people to watch the film on the 7th of December and tell all of us how you feel. Because from our end, I think we've done our best.
Okay, so you're way too young, but when you see that the first film that you're part of, and there's those political overtones around it, and people are commenting about the subject and how it is being treated. Do you find it a bit unsettling in a way?
So I don't know enough to, like you said, I'm too young. I don't know enough. I heard this narration as a very honest, pure, innocent love story. And it was a very powerful one at that. And even on set, we've endeavored to make a very strong, powerful, innocent love story. And anything else I don't know about. I think we've handled most things associated with our film with sensitivity. At least we've tried to. I'm sure Gattu sir is aware of the country that we live in and the social fabric that it comprises of. And I think we've tried our best to keep those sensitivities in mind. But I don't know enough to be able to comment further than that.
Okay, how crucial is it for an actor to be aware of what is happening around you in terms, because I think your father is extremely aware in terms of he reads a lot. If you speak to him about almost anything, he can have a very fine conversation around it. So how important is it for an actor to be just aware of everything that is happening around?
I think it's the most important thing is awareness, because and not just awareness of what's going on outside, but what's going on inside. And I think that at least for me as a person, if I'm being honest with you, self-awareness is something that I've had to work on, because I wasn't always very good with it. I've always been a social kind of girl. I've always been like a people's person, sometimes to the end of not having spent enough time with myself. So it's actually only after graduating from Columbia in the past 2 years that I've really gotten to know myself. And I think the first step to any kind of external awareness is internal awareness, because if you don't know what's happening inside, you don't know what's happening outside. So yeah, I think awareness is definitely important internally, but of course externally. The more aware you are of your country, the better you understand your country, the better you understand your audience. The more you understand the world, the better you understand humanity, the more you understand the way people think. So of course awareness is of utmost importance.
Okay, so what is, since your first film is a love story, what is love according to you?
What is love according to me? I think love is an ineffable feeling that when one goes through, nothing else matters, I feel. And I feel Kedarnath tries to showcase the exact same thing. That, rationality, logic, जैसे कहते हैं ना कि limitations, हदें जो होती हैं,
जी जी,
जब प्यार होता है तो सब नहीं होता है, ना सही होता है ना गलत होता है, कुछ नहीं होता है, सिर्फ प्यार होता है. और मुझे लगता है कि केदारनाथ द्वारा हम वही दर्शाने की कोशिश की है हम लोगों ने, उसी को.
Right, right. Okay, when you just hear the songs right now,
Today only a new song has come out.
Yeah, so when we see Sweetheart and everything that we've just known about you, that you love to be that quintessential Bollywood actress. When you saw Aishwarya Rai performing in Chicago, that's what your father revealed. Is that something that gives you a lot of happiness? That song and dance and being that typical Bollywood actress?
So, I mean, there's not been a single moment on set that hasn't given me happiness. But if I'm being honest with you, at least while shooting Kedarnath is concerned, I think it was the moments that we've shot in Kedarnath.
जी.
गंगा में डुबकी जो लगवाई है हमने,
Right.
लगवाई नहीं, लगाई है, लगवाई गई थी, हमने लगाई है.
It must be cold as well.
बहुत ठंडी थी सर. मतलब it was nearly sub-zero. Gattu sir, my spot, my hair, my makeup, everybody was in like thermals. I was in like this cotton salwar kameez doing Ganga dubkis. So I think moments like that, moments like the amount that we've shot in the rain, the emotional scenes that I've done, I think those were the moments that I was most excited and most glad to be here for.
All right. So I was reading one of your interviews and you've given a very balanced perspective about this entire nepotism thing, because I think the more you go out and the more you'll be asked about this thing, you've given a very balanced
I've given
opinion
a very
about
honest
it as well.
opinion, I feel so. I think balance somewhere implies that I've tried to be diplomatic, which I haven't.
No, I didn't mean that. What I mean to say is that you've said that the star kids, they do have a window as far as that opens for them, but ultimately if they're not good, they won't be able to sustain. That's what you said. So I'm saying from that perspective.
I feel so.
Right. Do you feel at times it tends to be a bit harsh?
On us?
Yeah.
I feel that you can't cherry pick your life. you can't decide आप इसमें से सिर्फ आधा लेंगे और फिर आधा फेंक देंगे, ये चाहिए तो फिर पूरा चाहिए आपको, और ये बात मैं समझती हूँ. So I think coming from the family that I come from, I have had opportunities in my favor and I recognize them. I haven't asked for them, but they are there, you know, and that's not something I can run away from. So I'm very aware of the opportunities and privileges that my name comes with, you know. But having said that, there is also pressure. You know, there is also a little bit of nervousness because now I need to prove it to myself that I'm actually worthy of that. So yes, there is pressure, but never to the point where I wish for it to be any other way. I didn't choose to be born to these parents. I wouldn't choose not to be. मेरी गलती नहीं है कि वो actors हैं.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've seen a tough
Of course.
time as well. Like,
Of course they have.
Saif, even now, he said that it's like a 2.0 version. He's really enjoying himself. But the fact is that when the movies don't work, things do go a bit
Of course they do.
down the hill.
Of course they do. Which is where I think that your external life comes in. I said this on Coffee about my father, and I'll say it to you today about my mother. They have both, and they both continuously strive to teach both me and my brother to have a balance in our life.
Right.
Especially with the job that I want to enter and I'm about to enter. It's very important to have your head on your shoulders and to have your brain functioning at all points of time because it's easy to forget, you know. So how to be happy as a human being external to the movies is also very important, which both my parents do try to teach me.
Sara, you also have a superstar in the family. So I'd
Taimur?
like to, yeah. So what is it that you've learned from Taimur Ali Khan? Because I think he is a natural actually.
Hi.
Bye.
Bye. He said bye. I mean, I was shocked. I was like,
Right.
that is really cute. But you know, every time I see Taimur, there's a more than a conventional age gap between us. I'm
Ji.
21 years older than him. You know, that's a lot. And even then, you know, when he has the same eyes as me, as does Ibrahim. You know, me, my brother, my other brother, and my father, we all have the same eyes.
Okay.
And when I see those eyes of mine on that cute little face of his, it can brighten up a just unnecessary day. You know, it's immediately just a boost of such innocence, such purity, such naughtiness, all in one. He's a bundle of cuteness.
Kareena has said some wonderful things about you and that she wishes the best for you and that you are, I think, a natural star material. How does it feel? Because as a contemporary, as someone who's done a lot as an actress, do you feel heartened by her comments?
Of course I do, but I also recognize that she's my father's wife, which makes her family, which means that anything that she says will be biased. You know, it's not fair to ask Kareena or mom or dad or Ibrahim about me. वो क्या कहेंगे? नहीं कहेंगे ना कि अच्छी नहीं है.
See, but Kareena is known for her honesty कि जो दिल में है वो जुबान पे है.
अपने हस्बैंड की बेटी के सामने क्या बोलेंगे? हाँ, इतना भी honest थोड़ी हो सकता है. But inshallah, maybe she thinks I'm good, and inshallah, maybe I will prove myself to be, hopefully.
Right.
But no, of course, I mean, any kind of enthusiasm and motivation from members of your family, friends, close-knit circles, all of that is always welcome and always appreciated.
Right.
But having said that, you have to realize that it's very difficult for family members to be unbiased, and I see that also. तो अगर माँ तारीफ करती है या मेरे फादर तारीफ करते हैं या करीना तारीफ करती है तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है और बहुत मोटिवेशन भी मिलता है उनकी बातें सुनकर.
जी.
लेकिन मैं कुछ हद तक समझती हूँ कि ये लोग मेरी फैमिली हैं तो ये ज़्यादा कहेंगे नहीं, एटलीस्ट पब्लिकली तो नहीं कहेंगे.
What has made you so realistic? You're way too young, but the way you look at things and the way you look at your parents, the way you look at Kareena and everything around you, it makes you very balanced. So what is it that has made you so balanced? Experiences
I
or
don't think
whatever?
there's anything like that. I mean, I live with a very, very balanced mother. I live with a very, very real mother. And I think that I am a huge product of what she is. And it's been very important to her to keep us real. When I say us, I mean me and Ibrahim. It's been very important for her to keep us real. And
Ji.
I think that that's what it is. It's a product of my mother and my father.
2 releases in December.
Oh my God.
And big releases. You're having like a Christmas release,
Really?
which can't get bigger than that. and that too like a Rohit Shetty film with
Ranveer Singh.
Ranveer Singh, who's so excitable, which is really amazing.
He is volcanically energetic.
He is volcanically energetic.
Except like a volcano that's contagious. What would that be? It's like, it's like, I don't even know, a contagious volcano.
There are a lot of expectations from you within the industry. I'm sure that there must be a lot of people who must be telling you that.
Yes.
And people can be ruthless, that if they find potential, that's when they say that there is potential. Otherwise, many a times they may say it on the face, but otherwise it's not. Does it make you feel confident from within, that something that maybe you had been preparing for since many, many years? You're getting those vibes that, yes,
So
you're
I'll
doing
be
something
very
right.
honest with you. Like whether it's Kareena's comment or whether it's people saying nice things about me,
Ji.
whether it's interviewers saying, hey, it was really nice speaking to you and you seem like a real person and all of that. I'm not saying I don't appreciate any of this because it all means a lot. But if I'm being honest with you, I think the real fate of how I feel is going to be decided on the 7th or more realistically the 8th of December. और तभी पता चलेगा कि कौन कितने पानी में. उसके पहले सब बातें हवा में ही हैं.
What current issue do most people think is black and white, but you think there is a lot of nuance too?
Marriage.
What celebrity do you think is the most badass?
Badass. My father.
Apart from him?
Badass. Bad. I have to stop saying badass again and again. Sounds wrong. Akshay Kumar?
Akshay Kumar? Okay, yeah. What TV news story is getting more attention than it should?
I think that every news article that comes out, it gets this immense amount of attention and then tomorrow there's something else. So I don't think anything's really held on for too long.
If you can describe yourself as a teenager in 3 words.
Delusional, fat, funny.
If you could ask the following people a question, what would you like to ask them?
Okay.
Shah Rukh Khan.
How are you just so amazing? And how did you grow so much?
Kareena Kapoor Khan.
How do you manage to continuously strike the balance between motherhood and your profession so beautifully?
If you have to ask a question to Sushant Singh Rajput.
How are you so continuously interested and excited by astrophysics?
He loves to read.
Loves constantly.
Yeah.
All the big books.
A lot of things that he tweets, one is not able to understand.
Understand.
But, okay, if you'd like to ask a question to Deepika Padukone.
Is Ranveer always like this?
If you could ask a question to Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler. Why did you think that purging your most senior officials in 1938 and 1939 would help you win World War II?
My God.
I mean, isn't it like stupid?
He did a lot of other stupid things, like the attack on Russia maybe could have been avoided.
Of course it could have been avoided, especially if you've purged all your senior officials the year before you decide to do that.
If you could ask a question to Marilyn Monroe.
How can I become sexy?
Okay. You could ask a question to Elvis Presley.
What's the most important aspect to make you timeless?
Wow. Okay, hot or not? Following things are hot or not?
I have to be honest.
G. Smoking?
Not.
Live-in?
Live-in?
Yeah.
Depends. I mean,
Slangs?
slang's not.
Gossip?
Yeah, it can be hot. I mean, like what? Sometimes it's fine.
So within Rapid Fire, we have this segment called Ye ya Wo, either or.
This is always the tricky part. It's always ye और वो के बीच में ही no हो जाता है.
Alright, Sara and Kedarnath or Sara and Simmba?
Can't.
Okay.
Won't.
Who's hotter, Sushant Singh Rajput or Ranveer Singh?
That's not fair, yaar. What are you doing?
Okay. Sweetheart or Kafirana?
Okay, that I'll answer. Kafirana.
Kareena and K3G or Kareena and Jab We Met?
Kareena and K3G, hands down.
Saif and Race or Saif and Omkara?
Saif and Omkara.
You're excited for Zero or 2.0?
Both.
Favorite street food, Pani Puri or Pav Bhaji?
Pani Puri. अभी खिला दो गोलगप्पे इतने खा लो. बात नहीं करते इस बारे में.
Chicken biryani or mutton biryani?
मटन बिरयानी. हैदराबाद में मिर्ची के सालन के साथ. Sorry, don't ask me about food, honestly. I'll get excited and then you won't like it.
Okay, if you can please complete the following sentences. One thing about Sushant Singh Rajput that can impress any girl is ...
I don't even think it's about girls as much as it's just about people. I think that the depth of knowledge that he has is extremely impressive.
When people ask my views on nepotism, my first reaction is ...
It exists.
One Bollywood classic that I feel should be remade and someone should cast me in it is ...
I would die to do a film like Chalbaz, but I don't think I can. I don't think anyone can.
Sridevi.
Can't touch her.
But still, if anything comes to your mind, apart from Chalbaz.
Chameli ki shaadi would also be wild.
Wow, that's your mother's. Right, all right. Okay, Sara Ali Khan, lovely talking to you.
Lovely talking to you,
And
sir.
we genuinely hope that Kedarnath is a huge success.
I
and
really,
so is
really
Simmba.
hope so. Inshallah.
All right, and all the best wishes, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi, this is Sara Ali Khan. You're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe. Hit the bell icon.